What's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to the deck profile. This time I'm going to showcase Nick Sunstrom's Skilless Veggie deck profile. A couple guys have been asking me for the list, so I think it's a really powerful list because he's been doing really well at locals with it, just stomping, and it's really aggressive, really mid-rangey. It kind of just does whatever Skilless can already do, but it kind of complements it. So Nick, where'd you kind of come up with the concept for this deck?
Well, Veggies is one of my favorite engines. When I started the game, it was kind of like later into it, around like Mecha Veggie format. I built my first deck and I was playing you online and you played the yellow Kid Goku leader that searches Bulma and you played it with Veggies and you just like stomped me with it. And it's been my favorite engine since then.
Oh man, I'm reminiscing. That's one of my favorite decks of all time. All right, let's see what you got in the main deck.
Okay. So
sick YCS, Matt. Nick Sunstrom taught the YCS in case you guys didn't know.
Of course, I'm OP. It was the only YCS I've ever gone to. So we're playing one Cry Boy as the leader. We play 4 balls. 5's too much. 3, I don't have enough ways to search it, so 4 is the number I went with. We have 4 little boys, because it's the best card in skill list. It gets you your balls. It gets you your big beaters. It is searchable or not searchable, but you can add it back off your negate.
So the entire deck, you only have 8 ways to get to a Dragon Ball?
Yes.
How often do you not open with the Dragon Ball?
I don't know, maybe if it's a match, once a match. It's normally in skillless decks you would want a hard mulligan 4 way to see a Dragon Ball because that's your best engine. You need it to draw and get value off of your leader, but in this build, Kaba is just also a great card, so you are fine if you don't have a ball. Usually you definitely see it by turn 3 though. Even if you don't open with a ball.
Okay, so as long as you open with either a way to get to a ball or a Kaba, you're pretty much good to go?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Then we play 2 Training Buddy Krillin. He's just a backup plan if you don't have the right greens to charge a Kaba, because he's a 2-drop. You can do it with any color. He brings back your skillless 2-drop, which I play the Son Goku 2-drop green, so he gets that back. It's a later game. If you're out of targets for Kaba, it's not likely that you'll hit one. It's better to just play this and you're gonna get a card off of him and potentially pop a card on your opponent's board. Then we play 3 Power Burst. It's the only negates I play in the deck. I want to play 4 because it's just super good. I know what I should cut. It's just I don't want to cut the card. You'll see the card. I'll tell you when we get to it.
It's very techy, but it's good in certain matches. It's good in a lot of matchups actually, but we'll talk about it.
Then you got your 4 Roshis because he trained this Cry Boy right here. And then 2 Mass Saiyans. I've been playing Mass Saiyan because I don't play the competitive scene. I haven't been to a regionals yet. I plan on going to some, but just Mass Saiyan is better for our locals. I would switch them out for Banisher Foos if I was going to an event, just because of the Vegeta baby matchup and the Green Broly starter deck matchup, just to get rid of those big drops.
And maybe put this on the sideboard probably?
Yeah, definitely keep it on the sideboard because it's so good in the mirror match. Then for vanillas, we have 3 2-drops off of your Krillin, and then we have 2 big boys. So only 5 vanillas. I mean, you have Caulifla to self-awaken. Typically you'd see it. You could bring it out off of the 1-drop, and I've comboed with them after I bring it out off the 1-drop just to awaken. It's not the worst thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, you had to make some concessions to fit the Veggie engine. It's pretty big, but I mean, yeah, it seems to work pretty well for Nick.
Then this is the card that I should probably cut, but I just don't want to. I want to either fit in the 4th Power Burst or fit in the new red-green Gogeta card, just because you played the red and green Veggie package all together. So that card's super good, but this card is just, it pops Vegeta baby 1-drop, it pops 1-drop Trunkses against Janemba, it pops all of their draw ones that they used a combo with after, in the mirror match, it pops their Gokus, and it combos well with the one of surprise attack Frieza that I play. So, like, if you can open one of these, it's like, if they don't leave a 1-drop on the board that you're, like, threatened by, that you want to pop and then bring this out for a free crit swing, you can just charge them. It's extra greens for Kaba.
Yeah, that crit is definitely crucial in the mirror match.
Yeah. Then we have the veggie package. So we have the 4 Kabas. You want to see it. If you don't see it turn 2, it's okay. You're playing skillless. It's a grindier deck. The veggie package is like an aggro engine, and your leader can get to 15k early on, which helps with the aggro. But the skillless engine in the deck helps you go mid-range. So like in the mirror match, you might not want to aggro them down super hard early, because if they're able to awaken before you and like stall you out, you might get low on resources. But I feel like in the mirror match, I always grind them down because they're like focused on clearing my board and not my life, that they clear my board and then I'll just wait a turn and not swing at them, and they'll start giving me more cards off my life, and I already repopulated my board.
Yeah, we had a mirror match just now, and it took, what, like 9 turns?
Yeah, it went to Joey's turn 9. And then we play the 4 Caulifla. She's the only self-awaken in the deck. It's like the old veggie package, like before the red, because of how grindy the leader can get in the mirror match. You want to just like have Kaba, and then you want to get her out, preferably for free if you can like Kaba twice in a row, and then you want to just use her with the Kale, because the Kale on top of the Mass Saiyan just clearing boards in the mirror match is so good. We have the 3 Hidden Awakening Kales. I only played 3 because 4 would be too cloggy. If you needed to, you could always add her back off of the Kaba. Your hand can keep up with the skillless mirror because you're only using 1 card to play the Kaba, and then the Kaba brings out the red Caulifla, and then the red Caulifla brings out another target as long as you don't whiff, which... if anything, I whiff off the red Caulifla, not really whiff off a Kaba. But essentially, you lose 1 card in your hand and you get 3 guys on board. And if you hit the Kale off of the Caulifla, you draw that card back. So essentially, you just have the same hand size in the skillless mirror match, but you have 3 people on board.
3 little people.
20k isn't that little.
Well, they're young. That's what I meant. But go on.
Oh, yeah. And then we play 2 Kales, and then we play 4 Kabas.
Yeah, this is a really interesting ratio, so definitely talk about this one.
So, because of how grindy like it can get, I played the 4 Kaba. When I built the deck, it was during Super Shenron, so I put in 4 Kaba, specifically 4 Path of Greatness, to like punch it right in the face. But I kind of kept it just because... like, it's also good at clearing, like, the 1-drop Gokus in the mirror match. It's good at clearing, like, the 19k 3-drop Janemba. It's just good at clearing, like, different things. This ratio, I wouldn't go more than 6 Universe 6 targets for the Caulifla, just because you don't want to open the red. But this ratio could be messed with. Like, you could split it to 3 and 3, just because when you draw the card back off the Kale to keep the hand size that the mirror match has, it's also good. But this is the only ratio that, like, I would mess with.
It must be nice, though, that the Cobb is a 15k, because a lot of times when you swing with the Kale, it's just a 10k, and it's vulnerable, and it's usually going to die.
Yeah, so the Kaba is good early on. It's also good against Janemba just because of like all the negates they play. They can use an auto, but that's just a waste of their auto when they could do it on something bigger.
Yeah.
And then we have the 4 Cauliflas. You have to play it. It's what you want to hit off of Kaba. And then last 2 cards are Champas. Just because it's a good finisher. You have the 30k vanillas, you have the 20k vanillas. Those can get super powerful with your 4-star balls. And also, like, the veggie package is just super grindy with not, like, a big finisher.
Yeah, so overall you've got that, and you also have the Mass Saiyan for double strike. And if you played Banisher Fu in the main deck, you also have that for double strike.
Yeah.
So Nick, pretty sweet deck. Any, like, final thoughts about it? Anything? So you mentioned you might fit in, like, a dual color Vegeta. Any other changes you might make?
Besides the 4th Power Burst and the Gogeta, I don't Oh, and the Fu over Mass Saiyan. Those are like the only switch ups. If you're gonna play at an event, I'd play the Fus. The Gogeta is like it would be an extra finisher because it has double strike. It's a big beater, but I think that it's fine the way that I've been running it, except for that one Fu and Mass Saiyan swap. But it depends on your locals. If you're gonna play it at locals, Mass Saiyan might be better at your locals, like it is at mine.
Gotcha. Any final shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to Joey, because we're on his channel. Shout out to Joey again, because he told me the deck was a terrible idea.
What? When did I say that? I don't remember this.
You said it as soon as I told you about it.
This is ridiculous.
And then shout out to Chris Dominguez, because he's also a Veggie player.
Dope. All right, guys. Thank you. We'll see you next time.